Now this, I want you to imagine that all of you, each of you is essentially a building. And the thing about a building is that it never changes from the outside. That it's always more or less the same. All the activities on the inside. And every floor on a building, the view of the world changes. But if you look at the building from the outside, its view never changes. So there you have a perspective on reality. The outside never changes, but when you're on the inside, everything changes. Agreed? Okay. Secondly, everything inside the building, every floor, you get a larger and larger view when you go up the floors in your building. I'm talking about you now. Every floor, you get a broader and broader, wider and wider expanse of your world, wherever your building is. But what's also true is every floor is more expensive. The rent gets higher, the mortgage gets higher, your neighbors change. They tend to see the world differently. Are we agreed? And the more, as you get higher and higher, the ones down here don't like you as much. Are we in agreement? Yes. Because they don't see the world as you do at all. Because they've never been up that high, they can't afford it. And listen to me. This is just the way it is, isn't it really? Just even in an apartment building. Because what I'm talking, look at how, now, do you see how you all relate to this? Anything you all relate to is archetypal. I am now talking about something that's universal. When anything is universal, it is archetypal. That's why you all relate to it. We all just know it. An archetype is something we all get because it is a universal truth. That's what an archetype is. You all get it. And at the root of an archetype, let's just say this little, that's a daisy. Okay? That's a daisy. And there are all these petals on a daisy. And every petal, I'm describing a characteristic that you all recognize. Like, as we go up, the neighbors down here no longer will talk to you. Agreed? Okay, that's another petal you all recognize. The rent gets higher. Agreed? Another petal you all recognize. Now, I didn't pass out this daisy and say study it. You simply all recognize this is what we call an archetypal journey. A journey of ascension and transformation. That's the name of this daisy. And all of you were born knowing this daisy. And the jewel, the reason God made this daisy is the jewel inside. The yellow. What's the reason for this journey? Now we have to go look in the daisy, the center of it, that yellow one. Tells us why the petals were formed the way they are. Now what you have to understand about the petals is everyone who has this daisy has to experience every one of the petals. It will be experienced in their own way, in their own life. It will be individualized. But if you recognize somebody's got that daisy, then you know they're going to go through those petals no matter what. There's nothing they can do to avoid going through those petals because they've got that daisy in their life bouquet. This is what it means to read archetypes. All I got to do is see what flowers are in your bouquet. That's it. The moment I spot your flowers is the moment I know your journey. That's it. That's all I got to do. And I'm good at spotting your flowers. I'm real good at it. Okay? And the second I see your flowers, I know your archetypal journeys. And you're a mixture of these journeys. And now, in this building, we are all designed like this. And the lower floors, we are all personal. Because we can only see our own streets and our own neighborhoods. And it's more expensive up here. We've got to work harder to pay more mortgage. And that's true of all of us. Because this is the transformation journey. And all of us know, here's another petal, that once we get up here, we gotta go it alone. That there's a lot of people up here that are gonna say, I'm not working that hard. So there's a real good chance you're not gonna see some of these people anymore. You all know that. I'm gonna check another leaf, agreed? We all know that. We all get that. Here's another leaf. We're all going to go through a period of sadness as we transition from spending a lot of time dwelling on what's happening to my outside world to what's happening on my inside world. A transition occurs somewhere around here, where what becomes important is not what the outside world looks like, but what the inside world looks like. Agreed? Okay? So that's another leaf we know about. Now, none of you can avoid that. You can say to me, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. One of the fears on this petal, to go back to your question that you thought I forgot about, is how am I going to take care of myself? If I pursue this journey anymore, how am I going to earn a living? How will I survive? Because here's another daisy. And this is the daisy of basic needs that we all share. We're just born. As soon as you are born, you're given this daisy. We all have this daisy, every human being. And this is our survival daisy, basic survival needs, BSN, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. And this one is that we all need to find a physical way to survive. We all need a roof over our head, R for short. We all need to figure out how to find food. We all need to feel that we're not going to starve. We all need to have our physical instincts taken care of. This is our animal instinct. This is our animal nature right here. This is it right here. And we will be driven to animal behavior, I promise you, if these needs are not taken care of. Starvation will make you kill. This is why someone will say, I could never, yes you can. I could never, yes you could. I wouldn't, yes you will. I don't care what anybody says when their belly is full and they're all dressed up. I know what this daisy is capable of. So I don't even listen to anybody. Because I know what this daisy will do. And I love it when they all say, well, if I had to defend my child, shut up. Just shut up with your poetry. If you had to defend yourself, you'd grab something and you'd go at it like a wild person. Don't kid yourself. All you have to do is think you didn't get what was due to you on a 10-cent coupon. I've seen it far too often. Far too often. Let someone cheat you at 50 cents and watch what happens. I mean, anybody? Look at the maniac. Watch someone, think you didn't get your inheritance? Have I touched a chord? That's just legal war. Okay, this is that daisy. The get what's coming to me daisy. The I have to survive. And it can make this is that daisy. The I'll do what I have to do to survive. Because the survival instinct has had to be so strong to keep people alive during such ferociously adverse times.